From Keene in the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Saturday, February 3rd, 2018. Silver is trading at $16.60 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,333 per ounce. Zencash is trading at $41, and the average price of Bitcoin is $9,040. Antiwar.com reports with the Saudi invasion of Yemen turning sour and causing a humanitarian disaster, the U.S. having withdrawn most of its troops from the country early in that invasion, U.S. officials have largely sought to downplay their military involvement in Yemen. In reality, however, the number of U.S. airstrikes being carried out has increased precipitously since President Trump took office, with 21 airstrikes on Yemen reported in 2016 and more than sixfold increase, leaving the 2017 figure at 131 strikes. 10 have been reported so far in January 2018, suggesting that the escalation continues. The strikes are theoretically targeted at al-Qaeda in the Arabian Peninsula and the Islamic State, though in practice, with U.S. troops in Yemen only intermittently, according to the Pentagon's own accounting, it's difficult to see how officials could know with any certainty what is being targeted by U.S. warplanes beyond being remote areas where such factions are believed to be operating. Yet, war-torn Yemen is in such a state, and so many factions are operating in so many places that even with reliable intelligence, it would be difficult to know exactly who is where or what is being struck. As it stands, the U.S. strikes are far less certain, with little sign from officials on what evidence they even require before ordering such an attack. Are you looking for a cryptocurrency that has a focus on users and usability? Then look into Zencash. Zencash has the ability to use both transparent and shielded transactions, with shielded transactions using zero-knowledge proofs. Zencash features global governance with inclusive decision-making, reliable funding for continuous improvements, and documentation and wallets in many languages that are available for Linux, Mac, Windows, and Android devices. Learn more at zensystem.io. That's zensystem.io. UPI reports the first dose of medical cannabis in the state of Texas was given Thursday to a 6-year-old girl with epilepsy, marking the official start of the state's highly restricted and anticipated market for cannabis. The girl, who has intractable epilepsy, was prescribed a low-THC cannabis oil, an ingredient in the cannabis plant that helps a patient get medical benefits without feeling high. Jose Hidalgo, CEO of dispensary Knox Medical, said, "For Texans suffering from intractable epilepsy, the wait for medical cannabis is finally over. This is a historic day for Texas, and we will work tirelessly to uphold the trust and responsibility the state has placed in Knox Medical." Consortium Texas, which also operates under the name Knox Medical, is one of 3 companies licensed by the Texas Department of Public Safety to grow and sell medical cannabis in the state, and the first to get cannabis on the market. In Texas, the cannabis can only be delivered to the patient or caregiver by a social worker or a nurse. About 160,000 Texans have intractable epilepsy. To qualify for medicinal cannabis, Texas patients must have first tried 2 FDA-approved drugs and found them ineffective, and receive approval from 2 doctors listed on the Compassionate Use Registry of Texas, a website that connects doctors with epileptic patients. For over 40 years, Roberts & Roberts Brokerage has been a trusted source for buying and selling precious metals like gold and silver. And as a Bitcoin-preferred business, Roberts & Roberts Brokerage has removed the minimum purchase amount for all orders paid in the digital currency. Call Roberts & Roberts Brokerage today for knowledgeable advice on buying and selling precious metals and a forward-thinking approach to new technologies. 800-874-9760 or visit online at rrbi.co. Reuters reports a Florida nurse has offered some frank advice for people whose lax hygiene is contributing to a deadly flu outbreak. In the 6-minute video titled After Work Thoughts, which has been watched more than 6 million times since being posted on Facebook last weekend, Catherine Locklear unloaded her frustration after a long shift in the emergency room. Wearing hospital scrubs and speaking to the camera from the driver's seat of her car, she said, "There's a cesspool of funky flu at the ER right now. Wash your stinking hands so you don't get all your babies sick." Hospitalizations for the flu have reached the highest level in the United States for nearly a decade, according to U.S. health officials. The illness is widespread in 48 states and has killed more than 50 children. In the video, Locklear gives a strained smile as she offers ideas for avoiding spreading the flu and shows how to sneeze safely by placing one's face against a sleeve and a bent elbow. The so-called Dracula sneeze, resembling the way the fictional vampire covers his face with a cloak, is recommended by doctors to prevent the spread of airborne illnesses. This has been FPP Radio News, online at fppradio.com.